Dragon Ball is a series all about bettering yourself through hard work, devotion, and dedication. If you want to stand a fighting chance in these Dragon Ball games, you'll need all that, and maybe some Kaioken abilities. To account for their massive rosters, the Budokai Tenkaichi games have a one-size-fits-all approach to combat controls in its 3D arena fighter battles. Because characters are on an even playing field mechanically, the onus is on the player to master their speed and power to avoid relentless combo attacks. Especially when fighting the computer, players will need to be mindful of the lore-accurate instant transmissions and combo breakers that can beat them down like their Yamcha in the Saiyan Saga. Choosing to tackle the beat-em-up genre, Dragon Ball GT Transformation sees players traversing 2D maps with a stock of 3 characters to tag in on a death. Enemies from the simplest robot to an average alien can kill you in just a few hits though. Pair that with the endurance testing length of these stages, some of which have multiple boss fights, and you'll be more than a little frustrated at how frequently you cycle through your Z Fighter roster. If you ever wanted to physically perform a Kamehameha against the likes of Frieza or Cell outside of your imagination, Dragon Ball Z4 Connect is, on paper, the game for you. Giving players a first-person POV and tasking them with performing the iconic Dragon Ball attacks should work, but the Connect's inconsistency for reading inputs and the average human's inability to punch as fast as Goku make these moves virtually impossible to pull off. Surely, there are more efficient and less frustrating ways to break a sweat. Unlike some of these other titles, today, Dragon Ball FighterZ is an excellent game with great balance and a regular at fighting game tournaments, plus it's very faithful to the series. Despite this fine-tuning and high skill ceiling, more casual players may face frustration when going up against opponents, especially online, as this is a focus of Dragon Ball FighterZ. If you know how to play your mains well, all it takes is one opening to drain your opponent's HP in a fluid string of attacks that is very hard to get out of. Great for the attacker, not so much on the receiving end. Following up the Budokai series, Dragon Ball Z Infinite World adds new characters, open world hubs, and a host of minigames to distract you from its main bread and butter, the fights. Infinite World also decided to further ramp up the difficulty, comparable to the enemies of Tenkaichi 3, they're fast, furious, and relentless, even on lower difficulties. With limited mobility in these fighting arenas, players need every tool in their arsenal to survive these onslaughts. These Dragon Ball games will put you through the ringer. If you can master them, maybe you'll come out on the other side with a new transformation in your arsenal. For more videos like this, stay tuned to Game Rant.